girls are still not completing lower secondary school, and nearly 4 in 10 girls concerning enough, they are at a constant risk of harassment and the what ifs that are associated with violence, which simply do not exist. I want a future where we don't have to combat all the overwhelming experiences of childhood and adolescence alone, where girls aren't discriminated because of their bodily functions and are encouraged when they want to take the mantle in places like politics and STEM, and feel safe and feel like they are wanted. As an aspiring woman in STEM, yes, I'm an engineering student, I know what it is like. I don't want to be the only girl. I want to be one of many. I want a future where the healthcare system for girls isn't discriminated against due to the sociocultural factors that so wrongfully exist. Girls are breaking boundaries regardless of the stereotypes and exclusion, which include the marginalization and living with disabilities. And they are doing so regardless of what society says. I've been able to be on the end of both tables, fortunately. I've been in rooms like this with change through my work in advocacy with Plan International. That side looks hopeful and bright. As that side looks hopeful and bright as the advocates and leaders are willing to make this change. The other end is where I have heart to hearts with my friends and people around me who think that they cannot be anything compared to their male counterparts. That end is gloomy and bland. Now more than ever, we need girls to combat problems of climate change, political conflict, economic degeneration, diseases, and global unrest. We need to ensure that for every girl, there is access to healthcare that protects her and understands her needs, access to quality education practices that affect her physically, emotionally, and mentally. How can she dream when she is worried about what her next meal might be? How does she take charge if she lives in constant fear? Most importantly,
Order, please. Order, please.
most importantly, she needs support because we all have a role to play. She needs policies that are made with her interest in mind. She needs opportunities, not just a seat at the table, because anybody can get a seat at the table. But she needs to get that seat and feel like she can conquer, because conquer
Honorable
she can.
Ibiente, take your seat. Honorable Ibiente.
And we have to understand that in our call for action, firstly, there needs to be engagement. Girls should be a part of policy making because who better knows what girls want than girls themselves? They should be in rooms like this constantly for girls to empower and protect them in ways that maximize their full potential. Safe schooling is very important because there's simply nothing for girls if she cannot have the education because she lives in constant fear. Sanitary pads and hygiene products. The good thing is that we are already halfway there, and every day we are a step closer to achieving these goals. Also, there isn't just one solution, but hundreds. There isn't just one girl to talk for, but millions. In order for us to continue at the steady progression that we have so rightfully ascertained, we mustn't just provide her a seat at the table. Finally, I congratulate all the women in parliament that have pushed through and broken stereotypes. Girls around Nigeria aspire to be like you. And to all the he for she striving, we see your efforts and we deeply appreciate your strive for equality. And don't forget that the marathon continues, but fortunately, we're already halfway there. It is now my pleasure to invite the Right Honorable Speaker, His Excellency Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, PhD, a he for she, the original one at that, to take over the business of the day. Thank you. House Leader, please move that the session comes to a close and reverts to plenary. Majority Leader second. Honorable colleagues, please House Leader, please move this that this session comes to a close and reverts.
I'm Professor Julius Hanvere, ON, Owen Federal Constituency, Edo State. I rise to move that this session be brought to a close and to revert to plenary. I so move.
Minority Leader, please second.
Madam Speaker, my dear colleagues, Kingsley Chinda, Obiabo Federal Constituency, I rise to most humbly second the motion that we do revert to normal plenary. I so second.
Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable colleagues, this session is adjourned. Sine die. Thank you.
Honorable colleagues, it's my pleasure to recognize Honorable Ali JC to move his petition, please.
You're daring me. You know me now.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you, the brand new speaker. I remain Ali Isa JC, representing Balanga Biliri Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Gombe State. Mr. Speaker, I have a petition over a wrongful dismissal of Seaman Abbas Haruna from the Nigerian Navy, who is also from my constituency, Balanga Biliri Federal Constituency in Gombe State. The petition is forwarded to me by KT Turaki and Co. An associate. With your permission, Mr. Speaker, may I lay the petition? Thank you.
Please go ahead. Yes, Honorable. Order, order, please. The house is a little bit rowdy. Order, please.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My honorable colleagues, Mudashiru Lukman Alani is my name, representing the good people of Iwo Ayedire Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Osun State. I have a petition here with me, Mr. Speaker, from the Chamber of A.H. Mukhtar & Co. on behalf of one Abdullah Ibrahim against the Nigeria Customs Service on the legal and fraudulent auction, sales and conversion of 2021 model Mercedes-Benz A450 vehicle with chassis number WIKIJB SMFI 4932. I hereby seek the leave of the House to lay this petition, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Please go ahead. Honorable, I can't see the face properly, but
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished colleagues,
how are you? How is Madam
my
doing?
name is Honorable Shino. My name is Honorable Shino Edeji. I represent the people of Iseyin, Itesiwaju, Kajola, and the Wajowa Federal Constituency. I am from Oyo State. I have a petition here from the Chamber of Muhammad Ali on behalf of Afolabi Olani Redwan against the fire service. I seek the leave of the House to please lay this petition.
Please go ahead.
Thank you very much.
Honorable Jesse, I'm so sorry for not recognizing you originally. Please forgive me. I know you are so passionate about petitions. So I will give you the opportunity to at least present 3 to 5 if you have, as a compensation.
Thank you, the people speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm always amazed by your action and action which you have demonstrated today. The vacation of the speakership seat to a young lady is a demonstration that the future belongs to the youth. In the light of this, Mr. Speaker, I must say that my name is Barrister Jesse Okejo Onakams. Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues, I represent the Nigerians, especially the habit of Lagos. Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues, I have a petition from the Academic Staff Union of Research Institute. Title: Notice of trade dispute, strike and mass protest, and guide against the policy of the federal government. Colleagues, the prayers are well aligned at the bottom of the petition. For Kure Ufot, petition against injustice, repressive discrimination, procedure meted to me for request for urgent intervention as you have done in this House for the refund of the salary and the reverse of unemployment disengagement by the Nigerian Open University. Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues, I seek your leave to present this for now. Thank you, sir.
Please go ahead. Any more petitions? Honorable Diallo.
Right, Honorable Speaker, my colleagues, I'm Husseini Mohammed Jallo, representing the Federal Constituency of Kaduna State. My petition is on the Nigerian Immigration Service, signed by
Honorable Lillian, be careful.
Signed by Mansour
Dangerously too close.
Salisu. Petition is against the Nigerian Immigration Service Board's lopsidedness of replacement exercise. To lay this petition. Thank you.
Please go ahead. Honorable Baba.
Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker, my name is Aliyu Buffer, Mr. FCNA, representing the good people of Mr. Odemba Federal Constituency, and I am from Bauchi State, Mr. Speaker. Thank you for the privilege and honor. The petition is from Chief Comrade Olumu A. Hawkins. That is The petition is Sterling Energy Exploration Production Company oil spillage, massive devastation, degradation of our ecosystem, loss of lives and of Atrocities Act, non-compliance to Environmental Act Assessment of 2004, abuse of Chapter 338 Oil Spillage License Act 1991, disregard to Environmental Impact Assessment. Mr. Speaker, I wish you to give me the opportunity to lay this petition. Thank you.
Please go ahead. Any more petitions? Any more? No? All petitions are referred to the Committee of Public Petitions for further legislative action. Honorable colleagues, on a very happy note, I wish to inform you that today is the birthday of three of our honorable members, and those members are as follows. Honorable Fatou Steve Olushola, representing Ado Ikiti, Iropodon, and Ifilodon Federal Constituency. Busani Akubu Noma, representing Argungu, Augi Federal Constituency of Ekebi. Honorable Osi Kama is the third, Kama Ikenkana, St. Andy, representing each of the Ebonyi State. Please, if the honorable colleagues are here, please can you rise for recognition? The celebrants, please. Where are the members? Can we appreciate them all? Happy birthday to you all. Honorable colleagues, it's my pleasure to call on Honorable Kafilat Obara to give us a summarized version of what she presented earlier.
Does the prayer. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Respected colleagues, I rise once again for and on behalf of my people in Koshofe Federal Constituency from Lagos State, the Center of Excellence. The House resolves that we should urge the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency and National Orientation Agency and other towns and religious institutions to educate the public on drug abuse dangers and promote drug-free lifestyle, and to make provision for rehabilitation of affected young girls. To urge Federal Ministry of Education to devise practical ways, such as implementing mobile education units or community outreach programs to curb out-of-school girls across the 36 states of the Federation. That the leadership of the House to see to the amendment of the Child Rights Act to provide protection for sexually abused children and provide the necessary legislative support in terms of budgetary approvals to the concerned ministries in this regard, and also see to the domestication of the Child Rights Act throughout the nation, through the Conference of Speakers. That the National Assembly to ensure swift passage of bills that seek to protect women and girls like the Gender Equal Opportunities Bill, that we mandate the Committee on Women Affairs and Social Development, Basic Education and Services to engage the NDLEA, Ministry of Education, NOA, and other stakeholders by organizing workshops, creating awareness campaigns, and monitoring progress to ensure compliance. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Deputy Chair or any member of the committee, Honorable Ambarura.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, distinguished colleagues. I am Bello Isa Ambarura, member representing Godaba Ilela. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Sokoto State. Equally, I'm a member of this committee. I rise up to support or to second this motion ably presented by the Chairman, Women Committee in the National Assembly, Hajia Dr. Kapila. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I so support.
Those in support of that motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. This motion is referred to the Committees on Women Affairs and Social Development, Basic Education and Services, National Drug Law Enforcement Committee, Committee on Basic Education's National Orientation for further legislative action. From Rep. Anemero Dekeri. If Honorable Dekeri is around, please can you rise and move your motion? Honorable Dekeri.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yes, honorable colleagues, my name is Anameru Dekeri. I am representing Nigerians, starting from Isako Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I rise this morning in line with the rules of this honorable House, starting on Order 8, Rule 5, to seek the leave of this House to move a motion of urgent public importance. Mr. Speaker, I so moved.
Any seconder to the first leg of the motion? Pardon?
Mr. Speaker, we don't even know what he wants to talk about.
Honorable Dekeri, did you not mention the title of your motion? Members need to know before
Apology,
they decide
Mr.
whether
Speaker.
it is important or not.
The motion
or
of
urgent or
urgent
not.
public importance is bordering on the killing that is ongoing in Okwela right now in my federal constituency as a result of the coronation of a fashion clan head by the state government. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I so moved.
Thank you for the explanation. So we look for a seconder to the first leg. Honorable, please go ahead.
The Speaker of the People's House, Ian Zaza. Eze Wachuku Eze is my name. I represent the good people of Ebonyi, Ohuku Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Ebonyi State. Distinguished colleagues, I rise to support the motion that this matter is urgent enough to be heard. Thank you. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. The second leg of the.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Our own GCON. Congratulations, sir. My name is Dr. Adebayo Adepoju. I represent the good and hardworking people of Ibarapa Central and Ibarapa North Federal Constituency of the Pacesetter State. Your Excellency, I am from Oyo State. I rise to second the second leg of the motion. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Please make it as brief as possible because of time. Summarize, Honorable.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Kerry, representing Nigerians, starting from East Sako Federal Constituency. In line with the to get the state government to provide the enabling environment for smooth selection of a successor by the people, to avoid creation of a prolonged interregnum in the community behind of mining activities that has attracted diversity of humans across the country into the community with its associated vices. The House also know that a few interest parties, mainly concerned about their selfish economic benefits, are taking advantage of the nonchalant attitude of the state government to issues concerning Okpela in spite of the enormous resources derived from the community for the economy of the state. And they have engaged in fraudulent means to lure the state government to appoint a clan head who will service their selfish desires at the detriment of the people, and the governor is fully aware of their ethics, but choose to turn the situation to political bargaining chips, as seen in the just concluded gubernatorial election in Edo State. Yet, his party suffered an embarrassing defeat in the community. The House further knows that the inflammatory statements regarding where the flames will be ignited. The House is aware that the suspicious appointment and coronation of a factional clan head by the state government on the 27th of September 2024, barely 5 days after his party lost in the gubernatorial tension in the land, and the people are being killed. Concerned that barely 24 hours after the state government escorted a newly coronated faction clan head into the community overnight with truckloads of soldiers on the 6th of October 2024, about 9 people have been killed and been gruesomely murdered, while several others suffer various degrees of injuries, and thousands of people, including women and children, have been displaced as tension continues to rise in the community. The House resolved to urge the Minister of Defense to deploy an army to strategic location in Okpela to de-escalate the violence that is currently spreading like wildfire, as the personal ambition of anyone is not worth the life of another. The House also resolved that the National Security Advisor and the of our security agencies to investigate those behind the senseless killing and bring the perpetrators to justice. If asked further urged that the Ministry of Humanitarian and Disaster Management to provide relief materials to the displaced members of communities and the families of those who have been killed. I urge the House to observe a minute of silence in honor of those in honor of the dead. And mandate the House Committee on Defense, Humanitarian and National Security to ensure compliance. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Any seconder?
Order, please.
Honorable colleagues, please allow a seconder. You have an opportunity to have your way when we put the question. Since we already recognize him and we say it is important enough to be heard, I think it is only reasonable and logical to second it. But you have your way when we put the question, whether to agree or not to agree. So in that light, please, can I call for somebody to second
Mr.
this
Speaker,
particular motion?
Mr. Speaker, if there's nobody to second the motion, it should die. You don't have to preach to us to second the motion. Members have their reasons for not opting to second the motion. They have their reasons. We shouldn't convert the chambers. It should not be entertained.
You see, that's the beauty of democracy. By the time you second, you have the opportunity to say yes or no to whatever he says.
Nobody is willing to second, except he
Somebody is willing. Somebody is willing. Please sit down. Please go ahead. Go ahead.
My beloved Speaker, my dear colleagues, my name still remains Honorable Obi Agwocha, representing the great people of Ikuano, Overhead North and Overhead South. Mr. Speaker, my home is Abia State, the home of the most performing governor in Nigeria, Dr. Alex Oti. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion ably moved by my colleague. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those are, I'll put the question again.
Speaker.
I'll put the question again. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Aye. Those against should say nay. The nays have it. The next motion is coming from Honorable Kabir Ibrahim Tukura. If Honorable Kabir is around, please can you rise and move your motion?
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I remain Kabir Ibrahim Tukura, representing the people of Zuru, Fokai, Donko, Sagu, and Sakaba. I rise this morning under Order 8, Rule 5, to seek the leave of this Honorable House to allow me move a motion of urgent importance on the need to address the escalating incidents of banditry and kidnapping in Zuru Emirate Federal Constituency. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder to the first leg? Honorable Kalambaina.
Thank you, the Honorable Speaker. Ahmad Abdullah Kalambaina is my name, and I represent Kwari Wamako Federal Constituency State. I stand to second the motion ably moved by my colleague, Honorable Kabiru Tukura. I so second, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. Honorable Kaoji, second the second leg.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My respected colleagues, my name is Honorable Bello Kaoje. I represent
Zainab, can you find your seat there, please?
I represent the people of Bagudosuru Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Kebbi State. I rise to second the second leg of the motion moved by my brother, Honorable Kabiru Tukura. Mr. Speaker, I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. Honorable Kabir, please proceed, but be brief, please.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues. The motion is on the urgent need to address the escalating incidents of banditry and kidnapping within my federal constituency. Mr. Speaker, there's a disturbing trend. I invite the House to note that the Zuru Emirate is located in Kebbi State and has recently witnessed an alarming increase in incidents of banditry and kidnapping. This upsurge in violent crimes is not isolated, but is closely linked to the ongoing with my federal constituency have been hotspots for bandit activities, prompting intensified military and security operations aimed at dismantling bandit networks and restoring peace. Further note that as a result of these operations, bandits have increasingly migrated across state boundaries, seeking refuge and operational bases in adjoining areas, including and most especially in Wasagu Chiefdom, where the district head of Kenya was recently kidnapped and killed. This spillover effect has exacerbated the security situation in Zuru, where communities that were once peaceful are now becoming targets of attacks, kidnappings, and other criminal activities perpetrated by these migrating groups. Aware that on Sunday, the 6th of October 2024, the district head of Kenya, Alaji Isa Kenya, in Wasagu Chiefdom of Zuru Emirate, was kidnapped and subsequently killed on Sunday, October 8, 2024. This unfortunate event highlights the severe security challenge facing the region and underscores the vulnerability of traditional leaders and local communities. Such incidences emphasize the urgent need for reinforced security measures and coordinated efforts to protect citizens and traditional institutions. Further aware that not too long ago, not to forget the unfortunate kidnapping and subsequent killing of the Emir of Gobir in Sokoto State remains a somber reminder of the growing security crisis affecting traditional rulers and communities in northwestern Nigeria. The late Emir, a respected leader and custodian of region's rich heritage, was targeted by bandits in an attack that sent shockwaves across the state and beyond. His death underscores the vulnerability of rural preservation in their communities. Concerned that the security challenges in Wasagu Chiefdom have become a matter of grave concern as the area continues to face frequent attacks, kidnappings, and other forms of violent crimes perpetrated by the bandits. This once peaceful chiefdom is now plagued by insecurity that disrupt the lives and livelihoods of its residents. The kidnapping and killing of the district head of Kenya, Alaji Isa Kenya, highlights the audacity and brutality of these criminal elements, who now operate with impunity in the area. The increasing insecurity not only threatens the social economic fabric of Wasagu Chiefdom, but also undermines the authority of traditional institutions that have long served as pillars of peace and stability. I urge this House to resolve: 1. Urgently direct security enforcement agencies to prioritize the implementation of comprehensive security measures within the Emirate to effectively combat the escalating banditry and kidnappings incidents threatening the lives and livelihood of the residents, which is a spillover from the ongoing operations in Sokoto, Zamfara, and Niger states. Observe a 1-minute silence in honor of the late district head of Kenya, Alaji Isa Kenya, who tragically lost his life to the rising tide of insecurity in the region. Allocate resources and develop initiatives aimed at providing adequate security for farmers during the harvest season, ensuring they can access their farmlands without fear of violence and contribute to the national food production. Review and strengthen existing security policies to address the unique challenges posed by cross-border banditry to ensure that effective measures are in place to protect vulnerable communities. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? Yes, right, Honorable Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, and Right Honorable Comrade Chinedu Oga-Owen, I represent Iko Ezasa Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Ebonyi State. I rise this afternoon to second the motion, able moved by my colleagues. I hereby second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. This motion is referred to the committees on traditional institution, national intelligence, and the police affairs for further legislative action. It's my pleasure to recognize Honorable Nolim Naji to move his motion. Before then, let me invite the leader of the House, to move that we suspend our rules to enable us to take additional motions.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that we suspend our relevant rules to enable us to take additional motions of urgent public importance. I so move.
The minority leader.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion that we do set aside our rules to enable us to take more than 3 matters of urgent national importance. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Nolan, please go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, my name is Inole Munaji. I'm from Enugu State. I represent in Kano East West Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, colleagues, I come under Order 825 to move a motion on the urgent public importance on the need to compel the Inspector General of Police and DG NYSC to investigate and rescue a missing youth corps member by name Okeke Chukwuemeka Godwin in Ondo State. I also ask that we set aside our rules to enable me to take this motion. I so move.
Any seconder to the first leg? David?
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I remain Ogel David Agada, member representing Oju, Obi Federal Constituency, and from Benue State, the food basket of the nation. I rise this afternoon to second the motion as heavily moved by our colleague. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against, any seconder? Honorable Idem.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues. My name is Idem Unyime, member representing Ukanafun, Uruwana Federal Constituency of Akwa Ibom State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion as moved by my brother and colleague, Honorable Nolim Naji. I so second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable, please be brief. As an engineer, please summarize.
Pharmacist. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, my motion is on the need to compel the IG of police and DG NYSC to investigate and rescue a missing youth corps member by name Okeke Godwin, Ondo State. Note that NYSC was established to engage Nigerian university graduates in effective community services and nation building across ethno-linguistic boundaries. However, the scheme has been threatened by marriage of abduction, incessant attacks, and murder due to the inadequate facilities and general welfare. Aware that there is an optimal obligation of providing safe environment and facilities for NYSC members on federal and state governments in conjunction with security agencies while serving posted in various host communities. Concerned that a youth corper and my constituent, Okeke Chukwuemeka Godwin, from Umuahi village of Wore, Uboka community in Nkanu East local government area of Enugu State, being the best graduated student in computer science department at Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, Anambra State, with a second-class upper division, has been missing till date while serving in Ondo State under batch 238. Also concerned that Godwin was supposed to complete his NYSC program on 17th of June, but got missing on May 9th, 2024, which was for the particular day his parents couldn't reach him on his mobile phone number to date. Informed that on the 13th day of May 2024, the mother of the missing corps member, Mrs. Okeke Patience, and his younger brother went to Akure, Ondo State, to verify the situation and thereby visited his place of primary assignment and residence, but could not get any vital information. Further informed that the relative reported the matter to Nigerian police, the Jabo Police Division, who sent investigation, but after some interrogations, the family has not been fully communicated on the outcome of this investigation. Worried that the relatives also reported the matter to local government and state office of NYSC, including the community leadership, but up to date, the matter is still pending without any information leading to his rescue. Acknowledge that on the 19th of June 2024, the mother of Godwin with two other relatives and a journalist visited the Ondo State Police Command, NYSC state and local government offices, where the journalist made some inquiries and produced a documentary via Trust Television. Meanwhile, the mother visited and reported the matter and her audio at NYSC National Headquarters, National Secretariat, Abuja. Cognizant that the Commissioner of Police in Ondo State and the State Coordinator NYSC with the management of the scheme have not taken adequate measures to search and rescue the missing corps member. Also cognizant that the negative and culminating effect of various state governments not being proactive in taking adequate measures to provide basic accommodation facilities, clinics, and enabling environment, and other necessities has been very devastating to the safety and welfare of corps members. Resolved to one, urge the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to direct the state governments and security agencies to provide maximum security and good habitation facilities for corps members, to direct the Inspector General of Police, the GGNYSC, and relevant agencies for the safety and welfare of corps members in every host community. Further direct the IG to intervene by conducting a comprehensive search and rescue of Godwin, the missing corps member, as the matter is seriously affecting the lives and mental state of the families, most especially his mother. Mandate the House Committee on Youth Development, Police Affairs, and other related committees to examine this case and engage the government, including other stakeholders, to ensure the protection and well-being of corps members. Direct the House Committee on Legislative Compliance to monitor and ensure implementation and report back to House within 3 weeks for further legislative action. I so moved.
Any seconder to this motion?
Order, please.
Dr. Gali?
My palace.
Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, my name is Dr. Gali Mustafa Tijani, representing Alabasuga Jingiperol constituency. I rise to second the motion as moved by my colleagues. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. This motion is referred to the committees on youth, development, and police affairs for further legislative action.
Mr. Speaker, personal explanation, please. Point of order, Mr. Speaker. Personal explanation, please.
What is your point of order?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm studying on Order 8, Rule 6, on personal explanation. Mr. Speaker.
In which subject matter? May I know? I have the privilege of knowing what is the subject matter. I hope it is not in relation to the motion that has just been.
No, Mr. Speaker, it's what happened in time past.
In where?
In time past, Mr. Speaker.
In what?
In time past, I want to apologize to the House in case I have done something in time past that the House is not pleased about. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I apologize to the House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Right.
Thank you.
Trailer of rights.
The House has noted.
Trailer of
Thank
rights.
you. Thank you. Order. Order, please. Order, House. Order. Order. Our next motion.
Order, please.
Honorable Chinedu Ogam. Please, can you rise and move your motion?
Order, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, I'm Right Honorable Comrade Chinedu Ogao, and I represent Iko as Asa Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Ebonyi State. I'm coming in order 8 Rule 5, seeking the leave of the House for me to take the matter of urgent public importance on the need for federal government to speed action on provision of the relief material to the flood ravage victim in Iko and the South.
Honorable Ladepoju Anthony, is he around?
Local government area of Ebonyi State, I hereby move.
Please go ahead, sir. Go ahead. So sorry for the interruption.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I remain Right Honorable Comrade Chinedu Ogao, and I represent Yuko as Asa Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker. I'm from Ebonyi State. I'm coming in order 8 Rule 5, seek the leave of the House to take the motion on urgent public importance, the need for federal governments to speed action in provision of relief material to the flood ravage victims in Iko and part of Esa South in Ebonyi State. I hereby move.
Any seconder to the first leg of this motion? Doctor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Yes, Doctor. Honorable Dr. Wale Ahmed. I represent Agege Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Lagos State.
Mary.
The Right Honorable Speaker, dear colleagues, I rise Enenimiete Ebikake, representing the wonderful and good people of Brass Nembe Federal Constituency. I am from Bayelsa State. Mr. Speaker and dear colleagues, I rise to second the second leg of the motion moved by my colleague. I hereby second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. That's the second leg or the first leg?
Yes.
She seconded the second leg? Okay. Please, Honorable Oga, because of time, I want you to introduce only the title of your motion and go to the prayers. Okay.
Thank you, Mr.
Almost
Speaker.
1 o'clock. We have so many to do.
The speakers of the masses. I'm Right Honorable Comrade Chinedu Ogao, and I represent Iko as Asa Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from the most state that have the most accommodating governor in the whole country. The governor that is a friend of the legislatures. Mr. Speaker, is the matter of urgent public importance, the need for federal government to speed action on provision of relief material to the flood ravaged people in Iko local government and the South in Ebonyi State. The note that the flood perennial problems is also natural disaster with devastating impact in many communities across Nigeria, especially in Ebonyi State. Mr. Speaker, urge the House to observe 1 minute silence for those that lost their lives in that disaster of the flood. Also urge the federal government through the Federal Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Poverty Alleviation, National Emergency and Management Agency to immediately provide humanitarian assistance and relief material to distribute to the flood victims across the area. Equal urge the Ecological Fund Office alongside with the Federal Ministry of Finance, collaboration with aims of providing succor to the flood victim and foodstuffs to the occurrence of the flood by providing a lasting solution in the local government and the South local government. To mandate the Federal Ministry of Housing, Rural Development and Urban Development to work and ensure the rehabilitation in collapsed houses and roads in other relevant facilities. Direct the House Committee on Ecological Fund, Finance, Emergency and Disaster Preparedness, Internal Displaced Person, Environment, Housing and Refuge, IPDs, Legislature Compliance, and other relevant House Committee to show compliance. Mr. Speaker, I hereby move.
Any seconder to this motion? Seconder, please. Honorable Mohammed Abba Shehu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished Honorable colleague, my name is Honorable Mohammed Abba Shehu, member representing Zaki Federal Constituency. I'm from Bauchi State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion heavily moved by my colleague. Thank you, sir.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the committees on ecological fund, finance, emergency and disaster preparedness, internally displaced persons, environment, housing, for further legislative action. The next motion is coming from Honorable Isa Mohammed Anka. If Honorable Anka is around, please can you rise and move your motion? But please, you only read the long title of your motion and then go to prayers because of time. Accepted before you even move. Are we in agreement?
Yes, sir.
Please go ahead.
Thank you very much, able speaker, my esteemed colleagues. My name is Honorable Isa Muhammad Anka, representing Anka Talata Mapara constituency. I'm from Zamfara State. I arise under Order 8, Section 5, Subsection 2, Roman figure 1 and 2, to seek the leave of the House to take a matter of urgent importance on the breakdown of storm in some communities of Talata Mapara, local government area of Zamfara State, and the need to provide emergency support to the affected community. I so move, sir.
Any seconder to the first leg? Honorable Kwale.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, I am Garba Ibrahim Muhammad. I represent Gwale Federal Constituency in Kano State and from the Konkosia extraction. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second this first leg of the motion. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. The second leg of the motion, Honorable Miriam.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Finally, my turn has come. My name is Right Honorable Miriam Odinaka Onoha. I represent the fabulously united people of Okigwe Onoimo, Isi Alambano Federal Constituency. I am from Imo State, the land of peace, the land of hope, the land of hospitality. This morning, I rise to second the first leg of this motion as moved by my colleague. I so second. Thank you, sir.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Anka, as per our gentleman agreement. Go ahead.
Thank you, able speaker. I will abide by the agreement, inshallah.
that I'm here to I'm here once again. I'm here to bring a motion relating to breakdown of storms in some communities of Talata Mafara local government areas. The areas being affected are many, and these include Erkofa, Tashar Kati, and other areas. The House is therefore resolved to mandate the Federal Ministry of Human Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development to conduct an assessment of the affected communities with a view to determining the affected homes, the damages to such homes, farms, and the health issues involved, and urgently provide an immediate support to the affected homes and families. Mandate the National Emergency Management Agency to provide basic relief materials for the affected homes and families to enable them repair their damages, farms, and those whose health were affected to be medically taken care of. Mandate Federal Ministry of Environment to conduct needs assessment of the affected communities with a view to ascertaining the plausible cause of the hurricane, of the storm, and the way to prevent its.
Honorable Aminu, we are disturbing the chair interior.
I saw Musa. Thank you very much.
Honorable Hussein.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, respected colleagues. Once again, my name is Engineer Aderemi Oseni. I represent the entire people of Ido Ibarapai's federal constituency. I rise this morning to second the motion as raised by our colleagues. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. This motion is referred to the committees on humanitarian affairs, national emergency and preparedness, environment for further legislative action. The next motion is coming from Honorable Peter Odugolaya Anikwe. If Honorable Anikwe is around, can you please rise and move your motion?
Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished colleagues, my name is Honorable Peter Udogalanya Aniekwe, member representing the good and hardworking people of Anambra East and West. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Anambra State. Mr. Speaker, I rise this morning under Order 8, Rule 5, to seek the leave of this House to enable me to take this motion of matter of urgent public importance. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Before I put the question, I'm sure you'll be guided by our gentleman agreement with Honorable Anka. You only restrict yourself to the main title of the motion and then the prayer.
One of the paragraphs.
So just one paragraph and then the prayer.
No problem.
Agreed?
Agreed.
Any second to the first leg of the motion, Honorable Mark.
Thank you, the People's Speaker, GCON. Mark Eset is my name, speaking for the good people of Uyo, Uran, Sedatai, and Ibesipo Sultan Federal Constituency. I'm from Akwa Ibom State, the only state you can find flying in the sky. As a speaker, I rise to second the motion dealing with my colleague, Peter The Rock. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. The second leg of the motion. Honorable Lillian, people have not been seeing your face these days. I'm sure you are on oversight activities. So you may please wish to second for the House to see you properly.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Professor Lillian Orobu. Honorable Professor Lillian Orobo, I represent the good people of Oka, North and South Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Anambra State, I hereby rise to second the second leg of this motion. I so second. Thank you, sir.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Peter, The Rock, please make it brief.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues. Once again, my name is Honorable Peter Anekwe, representing the good and hardworking people of Anambra East and West. I'm from Anambra State. Mr. Speaker, this motion of matter of urgent public importance is very, very important. The motion on the need for government sensitivity to the plight of the masses and the call to
Honorable Kelechi, be careful.
The call to reframe shifting economic burdens through unnecessary and multiple taxation. Note that the current economic situation of this country, characterized by rising inflation, unemployment, and the increasing cost of living, which has led to widespread hardship on the masses. Concerned that introduction of additional taxes, sometimes unnecessary, including consumption taxes, service taxes, and levies on essential goods and services, place an undue burden on the masses, further waning the inequality gap. Resolve to urge the federal government and relevant authorities to be sensitive to the plight of the masses by reviewing current tax policies to prevent the imposition of unnecessary and multiple taxes, particularly on essential goods and services. Mandate the Committee on Finance and FIRS to, within 3 weeks, conduct a thorough review of existing tax laws and policies to streamline tax collection process and eliminate redundant and overlapping taxes that contribute to the financial burden on the citizen, with a view to identifying areas of double taxation at all levels to provide relief to citizens without jeopardizing government revenue targets. Direct urge the federal government to consider alternative revenue generation, strategize such as widening the tax net to capture more high-income earners, strengthening enforcement of existing tax laws.
What's the point of order?
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues. A few sittings passed. The executive sent in some bills to reform tax in our country. And all the issues being raised by this motion are embedded in that tax reform act. It's already on our platform and will soon be for public discussion. This will be a duplication of what the executive have already sent to us.
Are you sure that members have been given
copies? Yes, it's on the official platform.
To...
Yes, Your Excellency. It's on the official platform of the House.
So it doesn't hurt if we're on the same page, the bill and the motion, that will give members additional information concerning the bills coming forward. So I don't think if it will be a problem to actually listen to this motion. Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Like I was saying, urge the federal government to consider alternative revenue generation strategies such as widening the tax to capture more high-income earners, strengthening enforcement of existing tax law, and plugging leakages in the system, exploring measures to increase export of cash crops and agricultural produce. Direct the National Orientation Agency and other relevant agencies to embark on an awareness campaign to educate the public
on their tax rights and responsibilities, and to report any case of exploitation or unjust ombudsman. Call for the immediate suspension of any new tax initiatives that disproportionately affect the low-income population until a comprehensive review of their impact is conducted. Mandate the Committee on Legislative Compliance to oversee the manifestation of the resolution herein. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any amendment to the prayers? If it is not in consistence, chair rules, because you raise an issue, so you have an opportunity to look at the prayers of this motion and see if you want to amend in any way. Are they okay? Good. So any seconder to this motion?
Amendment, sir.
Amendment?
Yes, sir.
Uduak, is it amendment or to second?
No amendment.
Huh? Because of time, I don't know. Who wants to amend the prayers?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Honorable Gaza, are you also for amendment? So go ahead, but please make it brief. No need, we'll do the two together.
Right Honorable Speaker, my esteemed colleagues, my name is Gaza Jonathan Befi. I represent the people of Karu Kepi and Kokona Federal Constituency. I want to arise to amend prayer, I believe, 2. In light of the facts that have been forwarded from the executive, just as been noted by the chairman, Rules and Business, we cannot pass a resolution to suspend any consideration of anything that will come with relation to taxes when we already have it to be discussed. So we cannot pass a resolution and go against the resolution in a couple of days when these bills are passed before us. So I want to amend that that particular prayer be expunged from this motion. Thank you.
Thank you. Any seconder? Honorable Tijani?
Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker. I remain Tijani Kaure Ismail. I represent the good people of Ifelodun of Oyun Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Kwara State. I rise to second the motion heavily moved by my respected colleagues. I so second.
Those in support of this amendment should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Any more amendments? Honorable Anka.
Thank you very much, able speaker and esteemed colleagues. I also want to add to what the last speaker said, that the existing lapses in relation to multiple taxation is as a result of the existing tax law. And that's why you have the issues raised by the mover of this motion. So as long as those, lapses are there, and I think that's why we have the issue of, tax administration, tax law to be amended as presented and being awaited for by the Honorable House. So I also have the feeling that prayer 1, prayer 2, and 3 should be expunged and, only allow the issue of the tax laws to be, considered by the House in due course. Thank you very much.
Any seconder to the amendment moved by Honorable Anka? Honorable next to Miriam, I cannot see the face properly. Please, can you go ahead?
Thank you, our most able speaker, honorable colleagues. My name is Honorable Uchenna Harris Okonkwo. I represent the people of the Demili North and South Federal Constituency. I rise to second the amendment moved by Honorable Anka. I so second. Thank you.
Those in support of this amendment should say aye. Those against should say nay. The nays have it. Those in support of this, any seconder to the motion? Main motion, Honorable Fage.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues, my name is Barrister Muhammad Bello Shehu. I'm representing the people of Fage Federal Constituency. I'm from Kano State. Mr. Speaker, I second the motion as ably moved by my brother, Peter the Rock. I so second, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion as amended should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committees on Finance and Information for further legislative action.
Privilege, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, if I may recall, the motion moved by Honorable Tukura requested for a minute silence. Please, shall we rise? Honorable Dennis, the minority caucus will come and congratulate you later in the office, just for, thank you. I want you to lead these opposition members to go and congratulate our brand new deputy governor. It will be an honor if you'll accept that.
Right Honorable Speaker, Abiante, the Holy
No,
Book,
I don't want a long grammar. Just say to me yes or no.
the Holy Book has given us injunctions. It didn't ask us to ask questions about the circumstances. For those that are rejoicing, rejoice with them.
Thank you. By implication, you are accepting. Thank you. God bless you. Honorable members, the first business of the day is presentation of 20 bills.
Privilege,
And I invite the clerk to read their short titles.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, alteration, creation of Oyo State. First reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Petroleum Industry Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Environmental Impact Assessment Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Employment Racketeering Prohibition Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, sixth alteration, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, sixth alteration, first reading. Harmonized Retirement Age of Health Workers in Nigeria Bill 2024, first reading. Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery, Kafin Malamai Garko, Kano State Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Fisheries and Aquatic Studies Research Institute, Darkiwudil, Kano State Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. FCT Displaced Original Inhabitant Resettlement and Integration Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal University of Agriculture Act, Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act, Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery, Kaugama, Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal Vocational and Entrepreneurship Training Center, Malam Maduri, Jigawa State, Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Nigeria Police Force College, Training School and Institution Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. National Skill Acquisition and Digital Hub Center, Irele, Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Birth, Death, ETC Compulsory Registration, Repeal and Enactment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal University, Birnin Kebbi State, Establishment Bill 2024, first reading.
Honorable colleagues, the second business of the day is presentation of report of the ad hoc committee on discrimination against the House of Representatives in the National Honors Award, standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ehonvere. Honorable members will recall that the matter was referred to the committee on Wednesday, 2nd October 2024. The report is ready for presentation. Honorable Julius is hereby invited to present the report.
Mr. Speaker, I'm Professor Julius Ihonvere, Owan Federal Constituency. I'm from Edo State. I rise to move that the House do receive the report of the Ad hoc Committee on Discrimination against the House of Representatives in the National Honors Award. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
The Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion as moved by the House Leader. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Leader, please proceed and lay your report. The third business of the day is presentation of report of the Committee on Health Institutions on a bill for an act to amend the Federal Medical Centers Act and establish Federal Medical Center Obupa, Enugu State, and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Amos Gwamna Magajin, honorable members will recall that the bill was referred to the committee on Thursday, 8 February 2024. The report is ready for presentation. Honorable Magaji is hereby invited to present the report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. My name is Amos Gwamna Magaji. I represent the peaceful people of Zangon Kataf, Java Federal Constituency. We are from Kaduna State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that the House do receive the report of the Committee on Health Institution on a bill for an act to amend the Federal Medical Center Act and establish Federal Medical Center Obupa, Enugu State, and for related matters, HB 2314. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I so move.
Before I call for a second, Honorable Miriam, you have been promoted to the position of acting chief whip. Please, can you proceed and take your seat here? You are the acting chief whip of the House. Congratulations. Any seconder? Honorable Lauri.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. My name is Kwamoti Bitrus Lauri. I speak for the people of Jamsa, Numan, Lamode Federal Constituency. I second the motion as moved by Chairman, House Committee on Health Institutions. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Honorable, please proceed and lay your report. The fourth business of the day, honorable colleagues, is presentation of report of the Committee on Defense on a motion on the gruesome killing of 17 military personnel in Okwama, Delta State on 14th March 2024, standing in the name of Honorable Babajimi Benson. Honorable members will recall that the matter was referred to the Committee on Tuesday, 19th March 2024. The report is ready for presentation. It's my honor to invite Honorable Baba Jimmy to present the report.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, Ian Zaza, GCON. Honorable colleagues, I remain Babajimi Benson.
Honorable Miriam, you are already promoted. I beg you, please come and take your seat. You are excused. I didn't know that it's coming, but please go back.
I remain Honorable Babajimi Benson, representing Ikorodu Federal Constituency, your beloved other constituency, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that the House do receive the report of the Committee on Defense on a motion on the gruesome killing of 17 military personnel in Okuma, Delta State on 14 March 2024. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Nazifi, can you graciously second after telling us the subject matter of this?
Order, please.
Of this report?
Order.
The subject matter. Honorable Nazifi, those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That's have it. Honorable Jimmy, please proceed and lay your report. Honorable colleagues, the first order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to establish Federal University of Education, Numan, Adamawa State, and for related matters. Standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Wednesday, 9th October 2024. I therefore call on the Leader of the House to move that the bill be read for the third time.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Francis Ejirogane Waives, my name. I represent the entire people of Uwele North, Uwele South to do. I'm from Delta State. I stand to act for the Speaker at the moment. And I rise to move for the third reading of a bill for an act to establish Federal University of Education, Numa, Adamawa State, and for related matters, HB 936. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
The Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion that HB 936 be read a third time. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to establish Federal University of Education, Numan, Adamawa State, and for related matters. Third reading.
Bill read for the third time and passed. The second order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to establish Federal University of Agriculture, Kaba, to make comprehensive provisions for its due management and administration and for related matters. Standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Wednesday, 9th October 2024. I therefore call on the Leader to move that the bill be read a third time.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Francis Ejirogane Waives, my name. I stand in acting Federal University of Agriculture, Kaba, to make for comprehensive provisions for its due management and administration and related matters, HB 1520. I move for its third reading. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Minority Leader, please can you second?
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion for third reading of HB 1520. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to establish Federal University of Agriculture cover to make comprehensive provision for its due management and administration and for related matters. Third reading.
Bill read the third time and passed. The third order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to provide for creation of Katagun State with Azare as the proposed capital city and for related matters. Standing in the names of Honorable Awal Abdugalabi and 8 other honorable members. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Tuesday, 11 June 2024. I now invite Honorable Gwalabe to move that the bill be read a second time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My honorable colleagues. Dr. Awolu Abdul Gwalabe, representing the good people of Katagum Federal Constituency from the Peel of Tourism, which is Bauchi State. I just stand to a very straightforward bill leading the debate on the alteration of section 312 of our constitution to pave way for the creation of Katagum State from the present Bauchi State. I so move.
Any seconder? You must be from Bauchi, if possible, from those local governments carved, or Bubafa.
Mr. Speaker, sir, distinguished colleagues, my name is Ali Ubab from Misau, FCNA from the proposed Katagum State. I humbly want to second the motion moved by our colleague for the second reading. I so moved.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Straightforward bill. With your kind permission, we'll just put the question. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to provide for creation of a Katagum State with Azare as the proposed capital city and for related matters. Second reading.
Bill referred to the Committee on Constitutional Review for further legislative action. The fourth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to amend the Federal Road Safety Commission Act 2007 to make provisions for establishment of road safety special armed squad and make calls on the rank of deputy co-marshal enjoy benefits attached to that grade, including retirement grade, and to empower the Federal Road Safety Commission with the responsibility for road traffic administration and safety management, preventing and minimizing road traffic crashes on public roads, supervision of users of such public roads, regulation of traffic thereon, and clearing of obstructions on any part of the public roads, and for educating drivers, motorists, and other members of the public generally on the proper use of public roads and for related matters. Standing in the names of Honorable Abiodun Derin Adeshidam and Honorable Olaide Lati Mohammed. Honorable members will recall that the bills were consolidated on Wednesday, 2nd October 2024. I'll now invite Honorable Adeside to move that the bill be read for a second time. Honorable Adeside.
Honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable Prince Abiodun Diri Adeshida. I represent Akure North, Akure South Federal Constituency. I'm from Mondo State. Mr. Speaker, sir, my distinguished colleagues, I'm delighted to lead the debate on the general principle of a bill for an act to amend the Federal Road Safety Commission Act 2007. You recall that the bill was read for the first time in this chamber on Thursday, 18th July 2024.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Mr. Speaker.
Please hold on. We have a point of order. Let's hear what is going to say. You can sit down, please.
Okay.
Your mic off.
Mr. Speaker, just to draw my colleagues' attention, that is to move for the second reading and not to lead the debate at this point.
Oh, well, were you reading the motion? I thought you were moving. Just restrict yourself to the long title of the bill and move for somebody to.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move that the bill for an act to amend the Federal Road Safety Commission Act 2007 to empower the Commission with the responsibility for road traffic administration and safety management, preventing and minimizing road traffic crashes on public roads, supervision of users of such public roads, regulation of traffic thereon, and clearing of obstruction on any part of the public roads, and for educating drivers, motorists, and other members of the public generally on the proper use of public roads and matters related to safety and public roads, and to make provision for the establishment of road safety special armed squad and make calls on the rank of the deputy corps marshal for related matters thereof. I so move.
Honorable Latif Mohammed around.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I remain Prince Latif Mohammed. I represent the good people of Irepo, Orelope, Olorunsugbo Federal Constituency from the Peseta State, Oyo. I rise this morning to second the motion that the consolidated bill 1401 and 1604 be considered and be read for the second time. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. I think, honorable colleague, this is also a very straightforward amendment bill. We don't need to devote any time discussing about it. I'm sure honorable members are fully familiar and conversant with the areas to be. So I just go ahead and put the. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. Clerk.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to amend the Federal Road Safety Commission Act 2007 to make provision for establishment of road safety special armed squad and make call on the rank of deputy commercial. Enjoy benefits attached to that grade, including retirement and safety management, preventing and minimizing road traffic crashes on public roads, supervision of users of such public roads, regulation of traffic thereon, and clearing of obstruction on any part of public roads, and for educating drivers, motorists, and other members of the public generally on the proper use of public roads and for related matters. Second reading.
Bill referred to the Committee on Federal Road Safety Commission for further legislative action. The fifth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to establish National Institute for Cardiovascular Disease Research and Treatment, Kano State, to provide treatment and research for cardiovascular cases and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Hassan Sheikh Hussein, honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Thursday, 9th November 2023. I now invite Honorable Hussein to move that the bill be read a second time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable Hassan Sheikh. I represent the good people of Nasarawa Federal Constituency, Kano State. I rise to lead the debate on the general principle of a bill for an act to establish the National Institute for Cardiovascular Disease Research and Treatment, Kano State.
Any seconder? Honorable Kelechi.
The Honorable Speaker, respected Speaker. My name is Honorable Kelechi Mugu. I represent the people of Echie, Omama constituency. I'm from River State, the treasure base of the nation. I hereby second the motion moved by my colleague.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. Again, honorable colleagues, this is an establishment bill. It's straightforward. With your kind permission, I'll go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. Clerk.
Right, Honorable Speaker.
Before you
Honorable
proceed, leader, I don't like you whispering other leaders during plenary. Honorable Victor, please can you find your seat?
Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to establish National Institute for Cardiovascular Disease Research and Treatment, Kano State, provide treatment and research for cardiovascular cases and for related matters. Second read.
It referred to the Committee on Health Institutions for further legislative action. The sixth order of the day is a motion on celebrating and supporting our educators, standing in the name of Honorable Ibrahim Ayokule Isiaka. Honorable Isiaka is hereby invited to move the motion.
Thank you very much. Our own quintessential speaker with substantial values. Distinguished honorable colleagues, I'm Right Honorable Dr. Ibrahim Ayokunle Isiaka. I speak for the entire Nigerians, but I have a source from before Ewikoro Federal Constituency. Proudly, Mr. Speaker, I'm the fastest growing economic state in Nigeria.
Honorable Isiaka, please, as we advised during the public other motion, the debate on the third and on the second readings, please kindly restrict yourself to the title and the prayers of this motion so that we can save time, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I'll be taking, because I know that with this motion, you should be shuffling and solidified as a former teacher, our own speaker, because this is actually dedicated to people like you. I've seen it, the flight. I've seen it. Thank you very much. So, Mr. Speaker, the motion is about celebrating and supporting our educators. And the House knows the World Teachers' Day, declared by UNESCO in 1994. Just the last October 5th, we missed it. So October 5th annually to recognize the vital role of teachers in shaping society's key contributions in educating present and future generations, foster critical thinking, and create on students on influence educational outcomes, mentor, guide, and personal development. Having considered all these roles, the House, from results to observe a mini silence in honor of our dead teachers, and secondly, urge the federal government of Nigeria, the state government, and other stakeholders in the education sector to address without delay the plight. Members should please help me note that the plight of teachers in Nigeria. Mr. Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues, I say thank you very much, sir.
Any seconder? Honorable Abete.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Right Honorable. I am Hawaji Nombek Dagomie Yante. I represent Andoni Upobo, Ukora Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker, my colleagues. I rise to second this very wonderful motion in honor of our teachers, Happily moved by my friend and brother Isiaka. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion, the prayers in this motion resolved as presented. Shall we rise for a minute silence in honor of our dead teachers? May the soul of all our deceased teachers all over the country rest in peace. The seventh order of the day is a motion on a call on the Federal Road Safety Commission adopt modern technology in its operation. Standing in the name of Honorable Garba Ibrahim Mohammed. If Honorable Mohammed is around, please can you rise and move your motion? Honorable Mohammed. Okay, please go ahead.
Honorable Salami, Chairman Public Account, please stop distracting the DS. Go back to your seat. You are a leader. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable
Movers.
Accepted.
The title and prayers only.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, I'm Garba Ibrahim Mohammed. I represent Guale Federal Constituency, Kano State. Mr. Speaker, this motion is a call on the Federal Road Safety Commission to adopt modern technology in its operations. And as directed, the prayers are: one, the House resolves to urge the Federal Road Safety Commission to embrace technology-assisted enforcement, which includes automatic vehicle local system, automated traffic enforcement system, advanced analytics and data platform, and other potential options. Also urge the Federal Road Safety Commission to evaluate the effectiveness of enforcement strategy, whether technology-assisted methods are reducing traffic violations and improving safety, and mandate the Committee on the Federal Road Safety Commission to ensure compliance. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I so move.
Honorable Idu, can you second?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I still remain Honorable Engineer Emeka G. I represent Onitsha North and Onitsha South Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion moved by my colleague. I so second, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Federal Road Safety for further legislative action. The eighth order of the day is a motion on the need to construct the collapsed Alau Dam in Borno State, standing in the name of Honorable Abdulkadir Rahis. Honorable Rahis is thereby invited to move the motion.
Mr. name is Honorable Rahis Abdulkadir, member representing Maiduguri Metropolitan Federal Constituency of Borno State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move this very important motion on the need to construct the collapsed Alau Dam in Borno State. The House notes that the Alau Dam, with a maximum storage capacity of 120 million liters, located in Alau community of Borno State, was constructed in 1984 to provide water for irrigation and domestic use.
Ikenga,
The House
Honorable
also
Ikenga,
notes that Alau
don't
Dam
disturb a
was
bit.
constructed by the federal government not only to store for use, but to also help control flooding from the Ngada River. The House aware that on 13 September 1994, the Alau Dam collapsed, causing flood in Maiduguri and its imbalance that destroyed properties, public amenities, and farmlands, causing the displacement of about 500,000 residents. The House concerned that almost exactly 30 years later, on 10th of September 2024, Maiduguri is again flooded by the worst flood in the history, affecting over 60% of the city, destroying lives, properties, and critical city infrastructures like roads, bridges, hospitals, schools, markets, and other public utilities. Worried that despite several budgetary allocations over the years, the Aloe Dam has remained in poor shape, hence the current collapse and issuing floods. Resolve, urge the Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation to reassess, fortify, and reconstruct the Aloe Dam to forestall any future occurrence of floods or any mistake. I would also urge the Federal Ministry of Water Resources to include the reconstruction of Aloe Dam in its 2025 budget estimates with a view to provide permanent solutions to the problem. Mandates the Committee on Water Resources Appropriation and Legislative Compliance to ensure implementation accordingly. I so move.
Honorable Uduak. Honorable Uduak, can you second?
Thank you, my performing speaker. I am Uduak Alfonso Sodudo. I represent the people of Ikotabas pertaining and Eastern Obolo Federal Constituency. I'm from Akwa Ibom State. Mr. Speaker, I rise this afternoon to second that motion. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committees on Water Resources, Appropriations, and Legislative Compliance for further legislative action. The ninth order of the day is a motion on the need to investigate the accessibility of persons with disability on public buildings, standing in the name of Honorable Bashiru Daudu. Honorable Daudu is hereby invited to move the motion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I am Honorable Dr. Bashiru Daudu. I represent Isolo, Constituency 1, Mr. Speaker. I'm from Lagos. Mr. Speaker, I would like to step down this motion in order to correct some severe omissions and errors as listed. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Motion stepped down by the leave of the House. The 10th order of the day is consideration of a bill for an act to amend the Federal Medical Centers Act to establish Federal Medical Center Fufu, Kwara State, and for related matters. Honorable members will recall that the bill was committed to the Committee of the Whole on Thursday, 8 February 2024. The leader will move for its consideration.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. With your kind permission, I would move for the consideration of Francis Ejirogane Wivers. My name, I represent the entire people of Ugele North, Ugele South, and Udu, and I speak on behalf of the Speaker at this point in time. I rise to move for the consideration of the following reports. HB 834, Federal Medical Center Fufu, Kwara State, and related matters. HB 507, Federal Medical Center, Kafanchan, Kaduna State. HB 957, Federal Medical Center, Atang, Ukankaf, Local Government, Akwa Ibom State. And then for Committee of Agricultural Colleges and Institutions, HB 105, Federal University of Agriculture, Ute Ukbu. HB 11, Federal College of Agriculture, Aguila, Benue State. HB 1269, Federal College, University of Agriculture, Fidita, Oyo State. And then Federal Colleges of Education, Mr. Speaker, HB 1371, Federal College of Education, Federal College of Education, Duku, Gombe State. And then finally, from the Public Accounts Committee, the COVID reports. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Before I ask the minority leader to second, let me highlight that what the acting leader of the House has done is to take all the matters under consideration, covering Order 11th, Order 12, sorry, the 11th order, the 12th order, the 13th order, the 14th order, the 14th order altogether. So with your kind permission, he will take the minority leader will also second for all these orders together. Please, minority leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion that we do consider the reports emanating from HB 834, HB 507, HB 957, HB 105, HB 11, HB 1269, HB 1371, and the report of the Public Accounts Committee. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Chair rules, can you please move that we resolve to the committee of the whole to consider these reports.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Francis Sejirogane Wife is the name. I rise to move that the House do revert to Committee of the Whole to consider the report.
To resolve.
To
right?
resolve this report. I so move.
Okay. Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise on the motion that the House do resolve into Committee of the Whole. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. House has resolved to the Committee of the Whole.
Center Act to establish Federal Medical Center Fufu, Kwara State, and for related matters. I invite the leader to give the synopsis of the bill.
Thank you, Right Chairman. This is for health care for our people, and it's a crucial one. And it's important that the entire country be covered by this. I ask that honorable members give their support.
Thank you very much. The question is that clauses 1 to 3 be made part of this bill, including the shadow, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Clause 1 to 3, carried. The shadows, explanatory memorandum, long title. Honorable colleagues, the first report to be considered is that of the Committee on Health Institution on a bill for an act to amend the Federal Medical Center Act to establish Federal Medical Center, Kafanchan, Kaduna State. And for related matters, I invite Honorable Amos Magaji to give the synopsis of the bill. 1 minute, please, because we are racing for time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Chairman. Honorable colleagues, I rise to that the report for us to consider the bill for establishment of Federal Medical Center Kafanchan. Mr. Speaker, the Federal Medical Center Kafanchan, as earlier stated, will not only benefit Kaduna State or Southern Kaduna as a whole, but it will benefit over 4 states that borders Kaduna State.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Honorable colleagues, the question is that clauses 1 to 3, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill be made part of this bill. Clause 1 to 3, the schedule, explanatory memorandum, long title of the bill. Most distinguished colleagues, the second report to be considered is the Committee on Health Institution on a bill for an act to amend the Federal Medical Center Act to establish Federal Medical Center, Osong, Atiat, Okanaf, local government, Akwa Ibom State, and for related matters, I invite Honorable Amos Magaji to give the synopsis of the bill.
Thank you, Chairman. As earlier stated, health is wealth. And then when you look at our nation right now, we are in dire need of so many referral hospitals. And that's the reason why this bill should be considered to bring health closer to the people, that Nigerians should be healthy. And when you have a healthy nation, you have a prosperous nation. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Honorable colleagues, the question is that clauses 1 to 3, the schedule, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill be made part of this act, part of this bill. Clauses 1 to 3, the schedule, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Most distinguished colleagues, the third report to be considered is that of the Committee on Agricultural Colleges and Institutions on the bill for an act to establish Federal University of Agriculture, Ute Ugbu, to make comprehensive provisions for its due management and administration for related matters. I invite Honorable Akim Adeyemi to give the synopsis of the bill. Just 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm Honorable Akim Adeyemi. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, sir, this bill is an establishment bill, and this bill has gone to the public hearing, and the committee has sat and adopted the public hearing report.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable colleagues, the question is that clauses 1 to 3, the scheduled explanatory memorandum, the long title of the bill. Most distinguished colleagues, the fourth report to be considered is that of the Committee of Agricultural Colleges and Institutions on the bill for an act to amend the Federal University of Agriculture Act Cap F22 Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 to establish the Federal University of Agriculture FIDIT or your state, and for related matters, I invite Honorable Akim Adeyemi to give the synopsis of the bill. 1 minute again, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I remain my humble self, Honorable Prince Akim Adeyemi. Just like the last bill, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, this bill has gone to the public hearing, report adopted by the committee chairman.
Thank you very much. Honorable colleagues, the question is that clauses 1 to 3, the schedules, the explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill be made part of this bill. Clauses 1 to 3, schedules, explanatory memorandum, long title of the bill. Most distinguished colleagues, the fifth report to be considered is that of the Committee of Agricultural Colleges and Institutions on the bill for an act for the Federal College of Agriculture, Aguila, Benue State, that shall provide full-time courses of agriculture, teaching, instruction and training in the sciences, social sciences, commerce, arts, applied sciences, management, and humanities. and carry out research, innovation, development, and adaptation of teaching techniques and for related matters 2024. I invite Honorable Hakim again to give us the synopsis of the bill. 1 minute, please.
Mr. Chairman, just like the other bills, the Republic hearing was done the same day, the same report adopted. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable colleagues, the question is that clauses 1 to 3 be made part of this bill, including the schedule, as well as the explanatory memorandum and the long title of the bill. Clause 1 to 3, explanatory memorandum, schedules, explanatory memorandum, the long title of the bill. Most distinguished colleagues, the sixth report to be considered is that of the Committee of the Federal Colleges of Education on the bill for an act to amend the Federal College of Education Act to establish Federal College of Education, Duku, Gombe State, and for related matters. I invite Honorable Adamu Tanko to give the synopsis of the bill. Honorable Tanko.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Adamu Tanko, and I'm speaking for the people of Suleja, Gurara, and Taf Federal Constituency. I'm from Niger State. Mr. Chairman, it's an establishment bill, and it seeks to bridge the gap in terms of providing teachers education for Nigerians with special need. It has undergone public hearing, and the report is adopted. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Honorable colleagues, the question is that clauses 1 to 3, schedules, explanatory memorandum, long title to be made part of this bill. Clause 1 to 3, schedules, explanatory memorandum, long title of the bill. Honorable colleagues, the seven reports to be considered is that of the Committee of the Public Accounts on the alleged mismanagement of COVID-19 intervention funds disbursed to sub-ministries, departments, agencies covering the period of 2020 to 2022. I invite Honorable Bamidele Salam to give the synopsis of the bill. Honorable Salam, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I wish to present this report for consideration. Deals with a total number of 27 ministries, departments, and agencies of government in the main report. And the report was submitted, indicated on the other paper for consideration of this Honorable House. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Chairman. The question is that recommendations 1 to 3 be made part of this report. Recommendation 1 carried? 2 carried? 1, okay. Let's hear from you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Chairman, my dear colleagues, recommendation 1, I will opine that we add in line 2 that these funds, the report should be made to the House, Public Accounts Committee and the House Committee on Finance. The recommendation is that the FCCI CPC should be directed to provide comprehensive information on funds recovered to Public Accounts Committee and the House Committee on Finance. I think it should be made to the House through these committees.
Yeah, do you understand what it's saying? It's all about construction. Because the committee, Public Accounts Committee and the Committee of Finance, all of them belong to the House. But he's saying, let the report be given to the House through the committees. So it's just a matter of construction. I don't think it should be an issue. You have any other? Yes, please. Yes, please. You want to? Yes.
Mr. Chairman, I rise. Awajin Nombek gave me to second the proposal that the reports be forwarded to the House through the committee.
Thank you.
What's happened is a creation of the House.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is a beautiful second. When you see Abiante, seconding Honorable Chinda, this is a beautiful spirit. No, I like it because, you know, when brothers work together in the parliament, it's healthy for the nation. I really commend that. Yeah, maturity in leadership is awesome. I like the engagement. Thank you for seconding your brother. Amendment I'll be moved by. Oh, yes, please.
Yes, sir. Mr. Speaker, let's clear an impression. We don't have any personal issues.
I like that. I like that. I like that.
We are colleagues.
Yes.
Even if we disagree politically at home, it
Yes.
has nothing to do with our
Thank you. I
national
like that. Those who have ears, let them hear. Even if we disagree politically at home, here is different. We are brothers here and sisters here. It's one family here. Don't bring home here. Those who have ears, let them hear.
Yes, Chairman.
Are you trying to turn this to Rivers State?
No. I just want to reaffirm the fact that we don't have any differences here.
Oh, that's
Whatever
good.
happens back home, and
You're a great
and
man.
we are cool. We are cool.
You're a great man. You're
Thank
a great
you.
man. I like that. I like that. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. So, recommendation 1 as amended carried. Recommendation 2. Recommendation 3. Thank you. Please, leader, move that we revert to plenary to consider report from the committee of the whole.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I rise to move that the House do resolve the plenary to consider the report from the committee of the whole.
Thank you very much, leader. Second, minority leader, please.
Mr. Chairman, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion. I so second.
Thank you very much. Those in support of this motion that we revert to plenary to consider a report from the committee of the whole, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. The House hereby reverts to plenary to consider a report from the committee of the whole. Most respected, distinguished colleagues, the House in Committee of the Whole considered a report on a bill for an act to amend the Federal Medical Centers Act to establish Federal Medical Center Fufu, Kwara State, and for related matters and approve clauses 1 to 3, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Most distinguished colleagues, the House in Committee of the Whole considered the report of the Committee on Health Institutions on a bill for an act to amend the Federal Medical Center Act to establish Federal Medical Center Kafanchan, Kaduna State, and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 3, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. My respected colleagues, the House in Committee of the Whole considered the report of the Committee on Health Institutions on a bill for an act to amend the Federal Medical Center Act to establish Federal Medical Center, Osun, Atiat, Okanafon local government area of Akwa Ibom State, and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 3, the schedule, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Most distinguished colleagues, the House in Committee of the Whole considered the report of the Committee on Agricultural Colleges and Institutions on a bill for an act to establish Federal University of Agriculture, Ute Ubu, to make comprehensive provisions for its due management and administration related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 3, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Most distinguished colleagues, the House and the Committee of the Whole considered the report of the Committee on Agricultural Colleges and Institutions on a bill for an act to establish Federal College of Agriculture, Agila, Benue State, and that shall provide full-time courses of agricultural teaching, instruction, and training in the sciences, social sciences, commerce, arts, applied sciences, management, and humanities, and carry out research, innovation, development, and adaptation of teaching techniques, and for related matters 2024, and approve clauses 1 to 3, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Most distinguished colleagues, the House and Committee of the Whole consider the report of the Committee on Agricultural Colleges and Institutions on a bill for an act to amend the Federal University of Agriculture Act, CAP F22, Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004, to establish the Federal University of Agriculture, Fiditi, Oyo State, and for related matters. Approve clauses 1 to 3, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Most respected colleagues, the House in the Committee of the Whole considered the report of the Committee on Federal Colleges of Education, the bill for an act to amend the Federal Colleges of Education Act to establish Federal College of Education Special, Duku, Gombe State, for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 3, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Most distinguished colleagues, the House and the Committee of the Whole consider the report of the Committee on Public Accounts on a motion on the alleged mismanagement of COVID-19 intervention fund disbursed to some ministries, departments, and agencies covering the period of 2020 to 2022, and approve the recommendations 1 as amended, approve recommendation 2 and 3 of the reports. Please, leader, move that the House do adopt the report from the Committee of the Whole as the working instrument of the Parliament.
Honorable Speaker, honorable members, I move that the House do adopt the report of the Committee of the Whole as a working instrument of the Parliament. I so move.
Thank you very much. Second, Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, my dear members, I rise to second the motion as moved. I so second.
Thank you very much. Those in support of the motion that the House do adopt the report from the Committee of the Whole as a working instrument of the Parliament, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. The report is hereby adopted as a working instrument of this Parliament. Leader, please move that the House do adjourn sitting till Tuesday, same time, same place.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members, I rise to move that the House do adjourn sitting to Tuesday, the 15th of October, 2024 at 11 a.m. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, my respected colleagues, I rise to second the motion as so moved. I so second.
Motion has been moved for adjournment and seconded. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The House is hereby adjourned till Tuesday, same time, same place.